Okay. We should be live. Should be live. Should be good to go. So right now we are covering a risk of tornadoes, hail, and wind in Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. And I need... Hopefully our radar will update here, but right now we're looking at an area of rotation. We'll do base velocity. Ooh, that's a terminal radar. We're looking at Houston, where we have a minimum severe warning here. Ooh, that looks a little bit interesting up there. But yeah, we're just keeping our eyes out for any like spin-ups along the line here. So right now we are going to be calling Jesse, and we're gonna see if he has any thoughts on this. My new color table, since I just got this. I don't have the color table I normally have, so that's weird. But we'll figure it out. I need to figure out how to de-alias this. Wait. Okay, there we go. Yeah. I will unmute Jesse and tell him that we're back. What's up, Mr. Twister? What's up, Cruz? What's up, Camp? What's up, Redbird? I couldn't get the warning thing to work right now, but it's okay. Thought I might just go live for a little bit. That's not what I was looking for. Time to unmute.
About your area.
I am back, Jesse.
Welcome back. Yeah, I think we have a tornado on the ground.
North of Shelbyville?
North of Pekin Grove.
Oh, wait. I need to see if I can get double pane to work. Ooh. Hold up. I do not like that color table.
It looks like it could be in an area where contamination is, but... Welcome to Spring, though. Licorice, Texas. I like that name.
Where is it?
We were watching a severe outbreak ongoing here in eastern Texas, so... yeah, glad to have you in here.
Is it near Houston?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm loading up the radar.
The new CC scan's not as convincing, but if you look at that Pekin Grove store and go back, there's been like some sort of CC drop for a few scans, so we could have had a brief tornado near Pekin Grove.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Hey, glad you're in here though, Licorice. Hope you're doing well.
What radar are you using?
I'm on the Houston radar.
Okay, THOU. Why are none of these loading for me? Really don't like me today.
It looks like our rotation has gotten a bit broader, so likely our tornado has lifted, if that was a tornado, of course. But
let me see what we're looking at in the 3D here. Does that come up?
I'd go back like one scan on that Pekin Grove storm on CC. That could be contamination, but there's like 3 scans in a row.
I'm pretty good, Cruz. Yeah. My settings are all different because I'm not used to this.
I'm gonna go on Deafin real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah. What I believe he's talking about is here. You see that little lowered DBZ kind of follow that convergence right there. Yeah, that's actually very interesting. That could definitely have been the case. A lot of little pockets of broad convergence along this line here. Any one of those could wrap up, tighten, and become a tornado within literally minutes. So you just need to make sure that you have your head on the swivel. Is this this could be tornado possible tag. I don't know. It's been a minute So it's just north of Plum Grove right now. What I'm seeing. I think that's the same thing Jesse was saying. But yeah, we're just looking at spin ups along the line. We've had 1 or 2 tornado warnings so far today that I know of. And yeah. Look at all these little broad areas of a little bit of convergence or rotation and stuff. All the way down this line, really. And that line will push on throughout the night for a decent while. Yeah, that right there is pretty convincing. I want that base velocity. Doesn't exactly look better, just more saturated, but yeah, that looks like that could have been a spin up right there. That next scan looks not so convincing. It probably got cut off by outflow, but that's good. That's good. Let's see what chat's up to. Let's see about this real quick. Let me check something real quick. Okay. Back. That did not work. Anyways, looking like we have like a... I need to turn these off. Looks like we have like a little bit of rotation near Rayburn. There's little pockets of rotation all the way down this line, really. You got a little bit right there. Something to keep your eyes on. Ooh, I really don't like this color table. I'm gonna find a color table real quick. Because I need some better. Yes, this is Andrew Bridge. I'll be right there, y'all. I'm just getting something that'll be a little bit more pleasing to the eyes. That may not be the move, I'm not gonna lie. Let's see about this again. Ooh, A-Whips has a decent color table. I'll throw this on there. That's bright, but I guess we are looking at 66 miles an hour. Okay, this is better velocity data here. So you can see all these little sort of spin up little areas of rotation along the line here. And if we go back a couple of scans, there you can see it easier. That Plum Grove rotation. But yeah, all the way up and down. We're looking at these. Is that? No, that isn't thin air. Always gotta check, because it looks like you have a little CC drop right there, but sometimes that'll be in this clear air, where the correlation between what's in the air is automatically going to be a little bit contaminated. So You just gotta be sure to figure that out. Dang, all these are... See if this works. No. Well, I like this color palette a little bit better. So yeah, there you are. All these little pockets of rotation around here. Let's see. Not much going on with the de-aliasing. But it looks like the Poplar Grove rotation, or Plum Grove, died down, which is good. And other than that, we don't have much else to worry about. What's up, Lucy? How's it going? Dang. See if I can find this. Looking at a little bit of rotation down here near Lane City. See how that adds up with everything else. Yeah, that does actually line up. So we'll keep our eyes on that. Dude, I need an SRV. Color palette. Dang. Dang, that doesn't want to work very well. Only for that base velocity, but it's okay. Yeah. We're going to take a look back up here. Not seeing anything too concerning. Just little fine bits of maybe a little bit of rotation, but nothing strong. I doubt we'll see anything substantial plant today, but we could have a couple spin-ups still left in this, because it will be sustaining through Louisiana and into Mississippi. Our slight risk goes all the way out through there. So when I get done with the stream, I'm going to clean up my GR2, make sure it looks the way I need it to. Because this was a very, very pop-up stream. I was not expecting to stream today. So that's what we are looking at right now. I think both of these radars are down or something because they don't come through. But back to this one. Looks like we got a little bit of rotation here actually in north of Meadows Place. And then some south near First Colony and some more south of Booth. So all the way down this line. And dang, that rotation right there is still looking pretty decent near Bowling. Not bad, not bad. We'll just keep our eyes on this correlation coefficient, make sure nothing goes insane. Right there, you can see the contamination on velocity matched with the contamination on here. So that was not a CC drop. can't really see this too well anymore. It looks like it disorganized a little bit. But yeah, all up and down that line. See, you can see the little arms reaching out. So these little arms that reach out here, call them Popeye arms, and in between you get your warm inflow coming in there, right there, which will wrap around. And we see a lot of these up and down this line, right, all the way through there like this. Getting a lot of them actually. Well, isolated bits, but stuff like this is what we're looking for today. Are these little areas where inflow is allowed into the storm, so it can wrap up and produce a quick, very brief spin up. So that's what we look at usually. I don't know how the double pane looks, but we'll see. This keeps playing. Yep, there we go. I just got a new computer, so I'm setting everything back up for the streams, and it has proven to be a little bit difficult. Going back to the other color table. It's a little bit better, because like what we're looking at, yeah, 60. All up and down this line, you see these little arms reaching out. And at every single one of them, you see that rotation. This actually has some inflow. That could be some decently substantial rotation. Even that little, like, arc out there has a little bit of rotation. This, like that. That looks like it's actually outflows cutting into it. This is just moving out. But you have a little bit of inbounds right there. And then up here, you got the inbound sort of thing going up here, and the outbound right here, and then you can see the inflow coming in like right across the 5th Street area right there. And that's happening all up and down this line. Look at this little bean. It has that curve to it. So yeah, pretty interesting. You can see here, like, yeah, that's definitely some rotation right there, headed towards Thompson's, but it'll be hard to see if it's on the ground. I doubt it will, but there's definitely a chance, because look at that. It looks almost like an embedded supercell right there, because you have that inflow coming in. I'd be curious to see what that looks like on the ground. Oh. I'm going to change the warnings 1 second. Warning settings, thunderstorm, you're yellow. Bam. Tornado, you're red unless it's serious. Or one of the higher end tornado warnings. There we go. That looks a little bit more comfortable for me. But you can see all these little arms reaching out for that warm moist inflow there. And this one looks like it's doing it pretty effectively. So I'd keep my eyes on this one headed towards Thompson's. Yep. Looked like they dropped a severe warning on the northern section of our storm. But yeah, I'll take a look up there to see if there's like any little areas trying to reach out for some inflow there. But we'll see. It looks a lot more disorganized up here to the north. A lot more disorganized. And you have that fine gradient right there. That's a pretty clean and smooth line. Except for a little bit like right here. But for the most part, it's a pretty clean gradient. So that means that it's just outbounds. That's contaminated. I don't trust anything right over there. This is very contaminated. Can't trust any of that radar data. That's when we start to get back into this radar's territory. Now, yeah, look at this terminal radar. You can see them reaching out for inflow. And this is way lower. This is 480 feet above ground. and this is what it's seeing. You can visibly see those little like hooks. There's like 1,000 feet right there. You can see those hooks right there, which is very, very interesting. This one is tweaking, I don't know. But yeah, there's that. That's really interesting, actually. So you look at this Thompson's, you see you got that clear inflow, and then when you go back to the main radar with velocity, near Thompson's, you see that sort of rotation going on there. Looks like it may have been cut off, but dang, down here looks like it could actually do something. Hold up, I look at CC here. I don't see anything right now, but we'll keep our eyes on that because that's pretty fine gradient. I mean, you got 64 right here to negative 12 right there, so definitely something to keep our eyes on. Yeah, there's plenty of these little spin-up areas of rotation going through here, you know? But that means early season is kicking in, and soon enough, peak severe weather season will be on our hands, and I cannot wait. Let me check something. Yeah. Pretty cool. Right now, we're just waiting to see if any warnings are issued or anything. How much do I trust this data right here? See this? This is hard to decipher if I trust that, but there's a chance that that's a little bit of convergence there, but you never really know. It's hard to tell from radar. It's not a perfect system. But this, however, I'm relatively confident that there's some sort of rotation there. Okay, yeah, you see it, you're like, oh, it's off-centered, but okay, when we update, that's definitely rotation. That's a significant, well, not that significant, but decently significant amount of rotation there. Headed south of Damon. Thompson's rotation's been kind of dying down. I can't really see this, but if you're in Bel Air, Southside Place, or West University Place, I'd just be on the lookout. Definitely just stay inside, because this is going to be packing a mean punch winds-wise. If we look right here, we're looking around 1,500 feet in the air, but still we got like almost 70 mile-an-hour winds right there. And if the terminal doesn't have velocity data, but yeah, that rotation down here is crazy. The lowest on the inflow is negative 7, I think. Negative 20. And the highest on this is positive 80 miles an hour. So that means that there's some decent rotation right there, which could mean that it could put down a tornado pretty soon. Yeah, let me try something. I want to be able to switch from 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. I'm gonna try to change what this one is. Okay, 1, 2, there we go. So you can still see that rotation right there. We can switch it, and we don't have to do dual pane. which is nice. And then you can see that rotation there. Yeah, that is actually getting pretty strong. This is getting near downtown Houston, actually. And that's relatively strong rotation. I wish we had eyes on that. I don't know if we do, but I don't. That's for sure. So, let's take a look. If anybody has any questions or anything, throw them in the chat, but we're just going to keep on watching and waiting, seeing what's going on with these storms, because that looks... Some of them have a relatively promising look. But yeah. What's that right there? More north of Magnolia Gardens, you're getting more rotation right there. Up and down this line, there's just constant little areas of spin-up rotation, so... Who knows? Some of them probably briefly touch down for like 5 seconds, but nobody will know. Let's see. What's up, Yasha? Oh, it's been a minute. But yeah, we're just waiting to see what these storms are gonna do. They're kind of a little bit disorganized. It's a linear mode, so you're not gonna have anything crazy significant. But I needed to test the new computer and get it live up, so that's what we're doing right now. Just seeing how that runs. But right now we are seeing just like a lot of those little areas of rotation, indicated by the darker greens and reds up next to the lighter greens and blues. Like that. If we look at 3, or wait, what would 3 be? Well, if we look at this, except I'll make that base velocity, we can kind of see if there's any debris being lofted in there by the blues. Like if you see the blues, that means if you take the different things floating around within that bin of data, like if there's a 2x4 or something from the debris of a tornado and a raindrop, the correlation is very low between those two. So that's where you get the drop correlation numbers, is when you have different things flying through the air. So that's how you kind of tell, can sort of start to try to tell if there's a tornado on the ground. Let's see. I'm gonna do, wait. I'll make that. Yeah.
Hey, Levi.
That's in the air. Oh, what's up, Jesse?
Sorry, I forgot I was on.
I look, you forgot too.
I'm ending stream in like 10 minutes, so I'm just letting you know I'm gonna send all my viewers your way.
Yay.
About 15 people.
Oh, dang, you are locked in right now.
Yeah, I don't know, my stream's going crazy.
That's
I've gotten
tough.
like 10,
Yeah.
10 followers or subscribers already.
Wait, that's actually great.
Check my PayPal. Okay. I'll be back.
But yeah, right now we are looking at all these areas of rotation, which are not looking too impressive, but for this time of year, it's nothing bad. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like these are mini supercells embedded in here. Like if you take a look, if you draw the shape out, you see you got your forward flank. Well, it's kind of like even with the storm motion. But forward flank, rear flank downdraft, inflow notch right there. You can kind of see some of the characteristics of supercells just embedded in this line. Let's take a look at far southern Texas. Might have a little bit more isolated action down here. Oh yeah. Guessing this is just for hail. So this could... Okay, that is not correlated at all. But yeah, that's interesting. That's cool. But yeah. Back up to our main event up here near Houston. We will continue to take a look. One sec. Yeah. And none of our rotation is looking like too tight or wrapped up at the moment. And that is contaminated. But that's in the clear air, so that makes sense. But still, a lot of this like reaching arms, so we just need to keep our eyes out. So yeah, I'm going to play the loop real quick of this. And then I'm going to go back and check something. Okay, let's try this. We're going to try something. We're going to try something. We'll add that. There we go. So, dang, we have quite the couplet here, actually. Headed towards Holiday Lakes. I would definitely keep my eyes on that. That's actually looking quite impressive and doesn't look too contaminated. Dang. Yeah, that could put down something really fast, actually. Let's see. No CC drop yet, but dang. A very substantial gate to gate. Lowest over here is, I'm assuming, like, okay, you got 14 miles an hour to negative 68 miles an hour. So that is pretty good gate to gate, and it looks like the inflow is not going to be impeded for a good while unless this part right here breaks off and gets sucked into the inflow of this. It could choke it off, but we'll see how that goes. I should get PayPal. I should. I really need to. I'll try to figure it out. It's just like age verifying now, which is annoying. But yeah. What's up, Davis, by the way? How's your day going? Yeah, you see all these little arms reaching out for some of that inflow. Because it's in a pretty decent environment right now. Couplet kind of tightened but weakened in the last couple scans, so I want to set this panel. CC. And CC. One panel. Because, yeah, you look here, there's no CC drop, and there wasn't last scan either, so I think they'll probably 70 mile an hour wind gusts. Okay, yeah, that's pretty decent. 70 mile an hour wind gusts is enough to do some good damage there. So everyone needs to probably stay indoors because tree damage will be a big thing. Knocking down trees. Pretty forested area around here, and you don't want to be on your car or on the roads or anything during 70 mile an hour winds. That would not be fun. So yeah. Really not too much to talk about right now except for this area of rotation headed towards Holiday Lakes, but it doesn't look to be on the ground right now, so we're just waiting. Waiting. We shall see how this goes, though. You can see it sort of progress there. Golly. View animation settings. Yeah, you see that move across. I'll make it even slower for the stream. Yep, that's what we were looking at right there. And they just warned it again a bit ago for that severe thunderstorm warning. And that is a huge warning, by the way. That is absolutely massive. That stretches down from West Columbia, Angleton area, all the way up to the Liberty area up here. That is a very, very large area. Well, let's measure still. It doesn't go across, does it? No. Well, that is still a very, very large severe thunderstorm warning there. So, right now we are looking... What's up, crews? We are looking back at all of our little areas. Ooh. Of rotation here. It looks like these are getting more disorganized near Holiday Lakes, actually. This is definitely weakening right there. This one's tightening up a little bit. You can see all up and down this line, you have these little arms reaching out for some of that inflow to come in and wrap around so it could start tornado genesis maybe. But if it is successful in tornado genesis and starts putting down a tornado, it will probably be very brief and weak, thankfully. We're not looking at anything too long-term or violent. But yeah, a lot of spin with these storms. A lot of spin. What's good, NATO Aaron? What's good, Jersey Devil? What's up, y'all? Who is this guy? I don't know. But yeah, that's right now what we're looking at. Let's see what Barrett's looking like velocity-wise. I don't take anything past that. It just looks like strong winds for now. Brookside Village, you've got very, very, very strong winds over you right now. It's around 80 miles an hour. 80 mile an hour winds at around 800 feet above your head. Here, you're about 800 feet above your head as well, and you're looking at 66 miles an hour north of Manville. And yeah, gnarly wind bag here. But hopefully this can't turn anything into substantial rotation, so it won't be able to plant any tornadoes, but we'll definitely be keeping our eyes out. Dang, yeah. 80, almost 90 miles an hour over Brookside Village right now, and that's just 830 feet over y'all's heads. Do I ever chase? Yes, I do chase. I chase as much as I can. Me and Jesse might be going out chasing this year. I'm going to go see Davis when I'm chasing this year as well, so I will be chasing. I do chase. I have some videos on my storm chasing. I will be posting more this year, because I should be out enough, and I sort of learned how to edit a little bit better, so I should be pumping out more content, and it'll be great. I really can't wait for this chase season. But yeah, lots and lots of these, just little areas of rotation. The one near Holiday Lakes has definitely died down. I don't think it's much of a concern anymore. And the rest of this seems to be falling apart a little bit, becoming a little bit more outflow dominant. Well, this entire thing is, but the little areas of inflow are getting a little less organized, which is good. Email for business inquiries. I'll put that. I'm going to update the description real quick, and I'll put that in there. Okay, I put that in the description for you, Cruz, so if you want to ask about anything, you can throw it in there. You think there's a tornado on the ground in Brookside Village? Let's see. There's actually a possibility right there. What I see right there, though, is if you look at this, your gradient right here. Let's see next scan. Yeah, right there, that's the clear air right there. We'll go back to last scan. Your CC isn't in the clear air right there, but your opposing velocity for the most part. Dang, that could have been actually. But it definitely is lifted by now because in this last scan, all this is in that clear air area, perfectly to match right here. And it was very broad, but there could have been a little spin up thing there for a second. Good call out. Yeah, the rotation, it's like got a lot of wind, but it's very broad, as you can see. Like, it stretches across a large area, and usually you just want really tight rotation, like a couple pixels wide maybe. Couple radar bins wide is usually what you want, because it's very broad, but inside there you can get a little bit tighter areas of rotation there. So very strong winds. You got, yeah, like 86 mile an hour winds, 88 mile an hour winds. So yeah, NWS is being quite conservative, but it is what it is. I don't think any of these tornadoes will do much damage at all, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, once again, if anyone has any questions, just put them in the chat. I will be happy to answer them. Let's see. Also, if you're wondering about the car fund thing, I know. Basically, what we're trying to do is me and Jesse had this idea. We're like, hey, how could we fundraise for our chasing this year? And I was like, what if we put stickers on the back of our car for anyone that donated to the car fund, you know? So anyone that donates, I'll say $25 or more or something like that, towards the car fund, I'm going to make a sticker of their name and they get to put it on the car. So sort of like a little sponsorship deal sort of thing. So that's the car fund idea, because I could get a car right now, but if I get a little bit more money, I could probably get one that would be a little bit more sustainable and fitting for what I need to do, you know? So yeah, that's what we're thinking right now. But yeah, any questions, anything, put them in the chat. Right now we're just waiting, keeping our eyes on all of these, just seeing, making sure they don't do anything. Yeah, right now I don't see anything too defined. I mean, decently tight rotation right there, decently tight rotation there. But this one's actually interesting to me, so I'll keep my eye on that one. But the rest of them don't seem quite as intense or tight of rotation, even if they do have more intense winds like this one up here. So yep. We have a report of 67 mile an hour wind gusts. Near Sugarland. So that's pretty significant wind gust there. Definitely could do a lot of tree damage and stuff, so yeah. We'll see. So yeah. Here we go. Let me go back. Indeed, I knew the 6-7 joke was going to come at some point. 67 mile an hour gust reported at Sugarland Regional Airport. So that's a very reliable data point right there. So that's actually interesting. That's cool. Once again, impressive signatures on the reflectivity. Ooh, I want to see what the reflectivity looks like from this. Yeah, look at this. You can see that clear inflow coming into it. I mean, this is looking 70 feet off the ground. That's like bottom of the cloud base. Maybe. Like, that is really, really low. This one right here, this is like 32 feet off the ground. So they're getting rain right there. They don't have any other data, but that's pretty cool right there. Back to this, it has all the stuff. You can see that clear. Yeah, that's getting a little messier, but that is partially due to it getting closer to the radar. So yeah, I don't see anything of too much concern right now, but we'll keep our eyes out. So yeah, I'll probably stream for about 10 more minutes, and if nothing interesting happens, I might end it off, but figured I'd get on here, start streaming a little bit more as severe weather season starts to ramp up, and then I should be live streaming my chases throughout this season. So we're going to take a look at this cell down here. There was like some interesting storm interaction sort of stuff. There's like a cell getting sucked into another cell. Boy, did that happen. Wow. That's really interesting. Let's see its velocity. That first frame. Yeah, you can see sort of the wind dynamic there as this storm up top gets sucked in to this storm on the bottom, and they conglomerate into that. It's probably dropping a little bit of hail. And there we are. There's our tornado warning. So we just got a tornado warning for anywhere from Friendswood. If you drew a line from Friendswood down to West Liverpool, all the way to the beach, really, and all the way along there. That's where your tornado warning is, and that's for these spin-ups here. So they think that any of these spin-ups have the potential to put down a tornado in the near future. They don't have any confirmation of one down on the ground yet, but at any given second, they believe that this has the potential to put down a tornado. So we got a tornado warning for those areas. Dickinson, Santa Fe, Algoa, Alvin, Hillcrest, Liverpool, Hitchcock, Lamarck, I don't know, League City, Webster, Friendswood, and places like that in those areas. Definitely take shelter, because these could drop a tornado at any time. I'll change the title. So yeah, that is what we've been waiting for. It's now just been done. We do have a tornado warning here, and I don't believe that any of these are on the ground, but they believe that they could put one on the ground at any moment, so that's why they warned it, just in case. So our areas of rotation are down here in west of Liverpool, probably headed in between Hillcrest and Liverpool. You have another one here headed near Dickens and League City. One north of Friendswood, headed towards Clear Lake City and Taylor Lake Village. So those are the three areas of convergence that we're looking at. And none of them seem to have any signs of actually being on the ground yet. That could change, and I mean, you never know what's going to happen. So rather play it safe than sorry. Just get in your safe spot. It should pass through pretty shortly. So yeah. Warning is in effect until 7:15 p.m. and these storms are moving around 40 miles an hour. So y'all should be out of the woods pretty soon. It'll move on sort of into the Gulf, and then That northern part will continue, but there's not much to worry about up there. So we're going to keep our focus down here. Monitor all the new scans, make sure that nothing is going to pop up and happen here. Right now it doesn't look too concerning, but we'll just keep our eyes on it. I think it's good that they finally issued that warning, though. Definitely good. Let me see. Yeah. I really don't see anything too crazy. Take a look at this. And yeah, you can see that cut in right there. Sorry. You see the cut in right there. That's where that rear flank. Pushing forward. And you can sort of see it down here, but not as well, because this is in the thickest part of the precipitation right there. Literally, like, it was right in the notch of that. But I am not too concerned about these putting down anything too violent, so I'll stay until the tornado warning is lifted, but we'll see. It could get canceled here pretty soon if they don't think it's worthy of the tag. Which I could see that happening. Yeah. I'll probably stream for around the next 8 minutes if they do lift the warning. But yeah. Right now we don't see anything on the ground, but they think that this does have the potential to put something on the ground in the near future. So we're just keeping our eyes on it in case something wraps up pretty hard and we end up having it. North of here you got a little bit of rotation. Near Baytown you can kind of see that there. Actually I don't know if that's rotation. I think that's just outflow. Yeah, that latest scan really makes it look more outflowy. And all of this seems very much like outflow to me. Because as you get lower here, let's see what it looks like in the higher tilts. That's way higher tilts. Yeah, you can see it looks slightly more impressive, higher winds and everything. But as you get lower, that's that true real data. And for 300 feet off the ground, 74 miles an hour, that means you're going to get battered by wind here in Webster, Clear Lake City, areas like that. Probably Dixon will get a nice pocket of wind there. Liverpool's currently just getting out of the woods there. But yeah, other than that, I don't think that actual tornado threat is too high right now. But never know unless you have eyes on the ground, which I do not right now, but we'll be out there this storm season. Should be live streaming. It'll be epic. $64 degrees, yeah, that's nice. Dang. Ooh. We have a special marine statement out here. Oh, for water spouts and such, which is cool. Always wanted to see a water spout. Maybe that'll happen this year, we'll see. But yeah, that's interesting. Pretty interesting. I think... Yeah. Yeah, I think this is mostly just windy at this point. I mean, right above the ground, you've got these really high winds, but other than that, I don't see too much actual, like, concerning rotation. So we'll take a look up at these. Here, crossing into Louisiana. Dang. That's a very sharp line, but it looks like there could be a little bit of sort of inflow cutting in there. Maybe a little bit of rotation right there, but I have my doubts that it'll do anything too significant there. Back down to our tornado warning now. Yep. Yeah, I don't think that this has much tornado making potential left in it, but we'll see. Maybe down here near Liverpool, you got a little bit more of that convergence there, but up here, it just looks like it's being a little bit more windy, kind of bowing out a little bit. So dang, that is windy. That's like 200 feet from the ground. And it's still 60s. So yeah. Probably end off stream here pretty soon because it doesn't look like it's doing much more right now, but we'll see. I would like to stay till this gets lifted, but I don't know if it'll update in time because I don't think they're very confident in this anymore, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to hop off here, y'all, but it was great seeing some of y'all. Let me see. I haven't checked models in a minute. Let me check if there's anything. So, I'll definitely... I might stream tomorrow afternoon for the threat in Florida, and then there's a marginal the next day, but that's in California, so I'm probably not gonna stream on Monday because I have school and stuff I have to do, but I might stream tomorrow. We will see. But yeah, looks like the wind's dying down here too. It's just not exactly a very convincing look for anything here. Maybe a little bit of rotation there, but other than that, not very convincing. You're just going to get some strong winds, maybe a little bit of hail and some rain if you're in there near Dixon. But I think I'm going to sign off for the night, and it was great seeing you guys. Adios.